It's Roseann White, and I'm redoing a class that I did on Saturday that I found out the audio was really awful on. So I didn't want you to lose the opportunity to go through this practice of heart opening using yoga poses on your vibration platform. So this is kind of a wasn't put on the calendar, but I wanted to redo it because I feel like this is information that would be super helpful for you. So I just wanted to come back on, and I'm hoping that today you can hear me a lot better than you did on Saturday. I The past month of February, I've been focusing on your heart health using Life Pro products. So I want to welcome you to the redo of heart opening yoga on the vibration platform and using the yoga swirls from Life Pro. So if you are new to Life Pro products, welcome to our family. If you're not familiar with Life Pro products, today I'll show you how to use the vibration platform and the yoga swirl products to do heart openers. But let me know where you're tuning in from. And if that you can't hear me, like I said, Saturday's live just ended up being a bust because of the audio. I was using my AirPods thinking it was going to be a better sound for you, but clearly it was not. And I apologize for that. Technology is what it is. So welcome, everybody. I have been practicing yoga since 1996, and it is a practice. Everyone comes to me going, no, I don't do yoga. I'm not flexible. And I hear all these things. But the whole idea about yoga is the union of mind, body, and spirit. And the best thing about yoga for all of us is that anyone can do it at any age, anywhere, and you don't need a lot of equipment. But today I'll be using the Rumblex Pro 4D and the yoga swirls. So if you haven't done yoga poses, I just want you to know that again, it's a practice. So you do the best you can. The most important thing is that you're connecting your mind, your body, and your breath. And why heart opening? Well, it's the month of February, and it's all about heart health. And I want to share with you a couple things about heart openers. What it means is that we're going to be doing postures that stretch open the chest. We're going to open through our shoulders. A lot of the muscles between the shoulder blades, our rhomboids and other shoulder stabilizers, can be overstretched, and we have this rounded shouldered appearance. And it causes us to be very constricted in our breathing, which doesn't do anything good for us in terms of our energy. Now, putting a by standing or sitting or practicing yoga on a platform, first of all, we're getting energy from the platform, which is a wonderful thing. But then we have conscious intention of breath and movement to continue to open our body up. So I'm going to show today a couple different things. I know Debbie was on live yesterday talking about spine health on the platform, and she's always does an amazing job at talking about the vibration platform and all sorts of things. But today, as a yoga practitioner for about, oh my gosh, it's kind of crazy when I think about it, 20 years or so that I've been practicing yoga. I still go back to the basics. So we're going to start with a little bit of centering and setting an intention. And what does that mean? Well, it means that you're going to take a moment or two to focus on actions and behaviors. Intentions can help motivate us for specific goals. They help us to practice focusing on how we want to live, how we want to act, what we want to achieve. And you usually set an intention to focus on your day or a specific task or behavior. So some examples of intentions are this: I'm going to open up my heart and myself to love and be loved. Today, I will listen to my body and rest when needed. Um, and it doesn't have to be about yoga. Today, my food choices will support my health and fitness goals. So we'll set an intention. Then we'll be on the platform. I'm going to do some seated postures for those of you that cannot kneel. We're going to do some standing postures for those of you that are comfortable standing. And then I'm going to actually go through some yoga flows meaning moving from one posture to another for those of you that can and have been practicing. And then lastly, I'm going to use the yoga swirls to show you just a few specific heart opening postures. Now, again, heart opening, when we talk about yoga, is opening up across the chest. It's focusing on breathing. Um, it's helping us with our stress response. By breathing consciously, intentionally, we're going to open up intercostal muscles. We're going to use the full capacity of our lungs, and it's going to really help our heart health to decrease stress and to move energy through our body. So I'm not going to chat anymore. I don't want to lose you on this. So let's dive in. So like I said, you're going to be needing your platform. I have yoga blankets. You don't have to have blankets. You can use towels, beach towels, blankets. I'm going to have my yoga swirls available, but I won't need these until the very end. So if you're not into yoga swirls or you're not familiar with what they are, we have 3 different sizes of these circles that have a really cool textured padding on them that we use to stretch out our spine, to open up into supported back bending poses. And they come in, I love these sizes. I don't, off the top of my head, I can't tell you the sizes, but check it out in the links I'm going to provide. And if you can't get them on the website, they're on Amazon. So just know that. I'll give you that link. But set those aside for now if you do have them. Now, I've done the yoga chakra practice, 2 years ago, and I'll put those links in there as well so that you can understand more about the chakras and how certain yoga poses affect the heart chakra to open up. So I'm going to start with sitting on a chair, because most of us who are new to vibration platforms don't stand on our platform yet. So let's do a few heart opening poses on the platform, just sitting, okay? Because like I said, you can do these postures, these asanas, anytime. You don't need to be oming, chanting, have a yoga mat. You need your platform and a chair. So I'm going to put my platform on, and I'm going to go on oscillation and lateral. So whatever platform you have is perfect. I like to use vibration wise. I like to switch my levels up. But for today's practice, I'm going to go into about the 30 to 40 range. And so we're going to sit here for just a few moments. So we'll spend maybe about 5 minutes seated and standing. Then we'll do another 10 minutes on the floor. So sit comfortably. Have a yoga block handy. And I should have told you that. If you don't have a yoga block, you can take one of your yoga swirl circles or a pillow. But I'd like you to put it between your knees so you have a connection of the lower chakras here. And you can have your hands in a prayer position, Anjali Mudra, to have your thumbs by your heart center. And you're just going to press up and close your eyes and take a few breaths. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose or mouth. And just feel the energy of the platform. Feel your fingers press together. Feel how when you push your fingers together and press the hands into the chest, lifting the skin on your chest, the shoulders drop back. And you've already lifted your heart up. Stay in this posture for a few breaths and start setting your intention for the practice. The intention meaning setting what you want to create more of in your life. Today, the heart opening practice, I want to kind of open up through my chest, not only to breathe better, because I've been down with the flu for the past week, so I want to just get more breath into my body. I want to breathe in health, wellness, energy from the platform and from my breath. And I'm going to devote this practice to setting that intention, opening up my heart, to accept love, to be loved, to give love, and then release. So we're just going to go ahead and roll the shoulders, and we're going to start rolling the shoulders and And moving our arms too, we're just going to open up through the chest for 3. Big breaths in and out. 2 and 1. Hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, clasp your palms together, push down, and tuck your chin to the chest and lift your chest up toward your chin. So you want to feel you're stretching across the chest. Big breath in and out. And then you're going to fold forward, head down, and hands reaching up. Take a big breath in, a long breath out, and release. Reach your hands up and open up into cactus arms. Elbows come forward. Hands will go back a little bit behind the shoulders. And let the eyes and the chest lift up. Gaze up. Breathe in and breathe out. Release the hands down. You'll take one hand on your knee. The left hand will reach up and open up. Take a nice twist. Squeezing block, belly pulled in. And we're going to keep here at this posture, pulling the shoulder back, pressing the hand into the knee, and pull the chin in and let your ear just drop back a bit. And feel the stretch all the way down the left side of your body. One more breath in and one more breath out. And then release. We're going to do that to the other side. So reach up. Your hand goes outside your thigh. You take a big stretch to the sky and then rotate. And just stay here for 3 breaths. I like to do 3 breaths. The first one is to get into the posture. The second one is to feel any tightness. And the third one is to open up a little bit more and enjoy the sensation of the stretch that you're creating. And then we're going to bring that hand back. We'll cross hands, interlace, tuck chin to chest, and stretch between the shoulder blades. Arms will come up and take a big breath in. And just hang out here for a moment with me, pressing your feet into the platform and bend over to your left, pressing palms together. Come back to center, open up into cactus arms again. And then when you exhale, bring hands forward. Now cross the opposite hand forward, chin to chest. Inhale as you reach up. And then exhale, side bend to the right side. So now you feel the sensations, the stretch between each rib cage, or each rib in your rib cage. Those are your intercostals, and you breathe into them. And breathe out. When you come back to center, open up the chest one more time. And then hands go onto the knees. You're going to slide the block down so you don't hit it. And then drop your chin toward your chest and reach toward your toes. If it's available for you, fingertips on the platform and drop the head. And let that energy come up your arms. You can keep your hands on your shins if you can't reach that far. And then you're going to stack the spine up, reach up, inhale. We're going to take the hands behind again into a cactus arm first, and then slide the hands back. Interlace fingers, cross thumbs on top, reach down, lift the chest, gaze up. So this is our version of a back bend seated. So again, you don't have to do anything kind of fancy or in this. Just open up, let the eyes lift up. Watch it snap your chin, but you're letting the chest lift, the eyes lift. And feel the reach down of hands to the floor. And then release. So I was on here for about 6 to 7 minutes. Just open up, and you should feel a big difference in since we started. Now I'm going to go and stand on this platform and show you a few ways you can do postures that are yoga based to continue in the practice. So I'll shut the platform up for now. I'm going to use the chair in front of me, and I'll move the platform off to the side, so this will be helping you to see my posture a bit more. Like I said, I have a couple of videos about heart chakras that I'll put in the chat box, so check those out. They've been done a couple years ago, but it's a little bit more information if you want to understand the history of the heart chakra or that get tuned up to what it means on an energy level. So we'll put the chair in front of us. We won't need the yoga. Well, actually, let's take the yoga block. We'll put it between our thighs. So start your platform again. And I think I'll go into the same thing. I'm going to go lateral and oscillation. I'll keep the speed about the same, about 30 to 40. And then put the block between my knees. Actually, between my thighs, right above my knees. Look down at your feet for a second and make sure the toes are not out. Almost feel like they're a little pigeon-toed. I'm turning my knees and toes in a little bit. It's going to feel a little awkward, and it'll kind of make your pelvis tilt a little bit. So pull the belly in, squeeze the block. That's going to help the lower chakras here. And in terms of anatomy, it's going to help into the lower abdominals to pull in. So we're going to reach up, inhale breath, keeping their hands reaching up, stretching up. Let the pinky fingers reach up, palms are facing each other. And then at an exhale, we're going to take a forward fold. So you can either slide your hands down your shins or put your hands on the chair if you're not comfortable with balance. Let the head drop. You're going to lift up halfway, so you can put your hands on the chair and the back is flat, or you can put your hands on your thighs. Exhale, forward fold again, hands on chair or platform, and rise up, reach up, stretch up, and bring the hands to the heart space. Remember the intention you set into the practice. Your hands will reach back and you'll interlace each finger, press the palms together if possible, and push the knuckles to the floor and let the gaze reach up. On an exhale, we're going to hinge from the hips. So bend the knees, forward fold, reaching the knuckles to the sky, drop the head. Take a breath or two. Let's hold it for a few breaths. You can always rest your head on the chair if you're not comfortable with this forward fold. That way you feel safe. Either way that works for you. Release the hands and ragdoll your way up. Now we'll go ahead from here into this posture. We're going to go and take the block away. You're going to step back with your left foot and put your hands on the chair. And let's bend and straighten the leg. From here, I'm going to step back and I'm going to reach up and I'm going to go into a cactus arms. So this is our warrior one. My back leg is, the foot slightly out to the side. I'm going to hold this posture. Take a nice big breath in and a long breath out. From warrior one position, I'm going to bring my hand on the chair and I'm going to rotate and turn and take a revolved side bend. Take a big breath in and out. Watch the knee on the platform. It doesn't bow out. Reverse it. Come on up. And your hand goes onto your thigh and you reach up. Both hands come to the chair as you step up. Forward fold. Lift up halfway. Inhale. Exhale, fold again and rise up. Reach up. Open up the chest to your cactus arms. We're going to interlace our hands a second time. Press down, lift the chest. This is your back bend. Bend the knees, hinge forward, fold forward. Head could be on the chair, knuckles to the sky, or drop the head and reach the hands forward. One more breath. Release, stretch up, inhale. And then hands come to the side. You're going to step the other foot back on an angle, square your hips. Let's get into our warrior one with cactus arms. Open up the chest. So I'm pushing my hips forward, knee over the ankle. both hips as square as possible. And I'm going to go into a revolve side angle pose. So you can use the chair like I did the first time and reach up, or I can come down, step back a little bit, and use my platform. The knee hugs into the heart. I'm going to open up across the chest. So you have two options, hand on the platform or hand on the chair, depending on your flexibility in your hips. Take a big breath in and a long breath out. Release it. Hands come back to the chair to step up. Forward fold. Extend the spine. This is our version of a little bit of a cobra, back bend, shoulders back. Fold again, rise up, reach up, and hands come to the chest. I'm going to step back. I'm going to kick my leg up again, and I want to make sure I just get that little kick for 3, 2, 1. Bringing both feet down, and I'm going to just bend my knees and drop my head. Once I'm here, I'll lift the chest, and then exhale and ragdoll my way up and bring my hands down. So again, that was about a 6-minute practice to just do a standing flow to open up the chest. Now the next part of this, I'm going to restart the platform for one more version, and this is going to be a little bit more. You're going to be on your hands and knees a bit more, okay? So join me here. You can have the chair handy because we might need it in a bit, but I'm going to put a blanket on the platform, and I'm going to put a blanket on the floor and make sure I have enough room here. I'll shut off the platform and move it over a little bit. Can you guys see me okay? I hope so. So this is the third part of the practice. I've done it seated, I've done it standing, and now I'm going to go a little deeper for you yogis and yoginis that need a little more movement or have the ability to do a little more movement. Move some of my props out of the way. I want to make sure I have enough room here. Always rearranging the furniture, guys. Okay, so we're going to start. We already did our intention. Start your platform again, whatever works for you. I'm going to go into my 2 different oscillation and lateral, increasing the speed. So I'm just going to take a couple rounds of cat-cow as if I'm just starting my practice, okay? I'm going to put my hands on the platform, knees on the platform, toes pointing down. We're going to exhale and inhale, exhale and inhale, and one more time. Exhale, rounding, and inhale. My toes are on the ground. I'm going to reach up, inhale, breath. And I'm going to go into what I'm going to call a modified half moon pose. So I'll put my hands on the platform. I'm going to rotate so my leg is extended. I've got my yoga block and or chair. This could be, if you want it, if you're not familiar, we'll just use the chair. That might be easier. And we're just going to reach up into this half moon. So watch your shoulder. You're not putting all your weight on that, but you're just kind of giving yourself an option to open up. Take a breath in and then come back down. Exhale and inhale. And then reset yourself to modify half moon, spinning the shin. I'm going to bring this chair in a little bit. Hand on the hip, extend the leg, and extend the arm. A big breath in and out. And then release. You can move the chair away. We're going to go into a downward facing dog. So I put the heel of my hands on the blanket so my fingertips are on the platform. I'm going to step back. So from a kneeling position, I'll go into downward dog. Pushing the platform forward. Take a big breath in. Hips are high, exhale. Come down to your knees. And we'll take our first version of a cobra or an upward facing dog. So my hips drop toward the platform, my shoulders roll back, and I lift the collarbones. So we'll call this upward facing dog. Urdhva Mukha Savasana. And then from here, we'll go back into a plank pose to downward dog. You're going to step your left foot forward, your right knee's on the platform. Bring your hands to your hips, find your balance here. So left knee forward, reach your hands up, and let's take that warrior posture with cactus arms, taking a big breath in and a long breath out. You can put your hands behind your hips to support your head. We're going to be real mindful that there's not a crunch or crease in the neck, that your head is lifted away from the shoulders. From here, we'll go into our revolved side angle, hand on the platform, and I'm keeping the knee pulled in, and I'm rotating. Watch the shoulder, roll it back. Take a big breath in and a long breath out. Bring hands down. We'll go into our plank pose to downward dog. Big breath in and out. Roll forward, knees to the floor. Roll the shoulders back, upward facing dog. Now, if you are able to, flatten the tops of the feet and lift the knees off the blanket, and just press your palms into the platform and look up to the sky. And then take a puppy pose. Knees walk back, hips over the knees. Forehead comes onto the floor, hands stretch out. This is a great heart-opening posture, puppy pose, to let the chest sink. Come back up. This time, your right foot's on the platform. Swing it around. Square your hips. Reach up, inhale, and then exhale, open up. Again, hold your head with your fingertips to make sure the head placement is proper. Abdominals pulled up and in, and then you can release the hands to cactus. Your left hand will come down, the right hand reaches back and up, and we revolve. Check out this shoulder. Make sure you're rolling the shoulder back. Big breath in and out. You can always lift the knee off the blanket if you'd like to go for the full revolved side angle. Knee can come down, hand comes down, and then we'll go into our downward facing dog plank and upward facing dog. Knees on or off the blanket to puppy pose. Shift back, head drops down. Now that we've opened up our body, we'll take a camel pose. So I'd like you to get your knees onto the platform, toes are on the blanket or floor, and you're going to place your hands on your hips. Belly pulled in. So many of us aren't flexible enough to back bend completely, so I like to take the right hand back, look back, and maybe you find your heel. If not, you can put your hand on your thigh, or you find your heel and reach back. Again, hand on the thigh is another option, and then come back. Let's do the other side. Both hands reach up, look back. You either find your heel, it's there somewhere, hips come forward, or you put your hand on your butt or your thighs. But you want to make sure you're really supported. You're pushing your hips forward. Whatever works for you. And then release. Both hands reach up, inhale. And you can either take both hands on your butt, your thighs, or your heels, and take the full back bend. I'm not going to do the full back bend today. I'm going to put my hands on my butt and lift the chest for Ustrasana, camel pose. Take an inhale. On the exhale, you're countering that. Hands go on the chair. And let's just drop into a modification of puppy pose this way. Hips over the knees. That's really important. And the head hangs between the arms. Belly pulled in. Slowly bring yourself up. We're going to flip around and do one supported posture, which I really like. We've done a lot of bridges over time. Bridge is a great supporting posture, but I want to share this one with you because I've got about 2 minutes left on the platform for this 10-minute practice. See how I took the blanket and I folded it up. I'm going to grab my yoga block just to keep it handy. And I want to really make sure my back is supported with a lot of this blanket here. So I can put my spine against the platform. My legs are straight. You can always have bent knees. Support your hands behind the head. So the head's not going to rest on the platform. You can always put the block there to give you a little bit of support. I'm not resting the block. I'm holding the block in my hands to open up the chest. Head is supported. So this is a modification of a posture called fish pose. It's a very gentle posture, but it's allowing my ribs to get the vibration of the platform, chest to open up, shoulders to open up, head supported, eyes to the sky. You can always bring your feet together to Supta Baddha Konasana. But I just want to stick it with, I like this leg straight and get a nice chest opening breath. Your head's going to come up. You'll counter the pose by tucking the chin to the chest. Still get the massaging of the platform in your back. Just to counter it. One more breath in and out. And then release. So we have about less than a minute left on the platform, and I wanted to just take you through that little practice of ways to open up your chest into a few yoga asanas. We did just, again, to breathe into the opening using the platform and props. So lastly, what I wanted to spend a few minutes on is showing you the same types of postures, or actually different postures, using the yoga swirl. So give me a minute to rearrange the furniture. You won't need your platform, you won't need your blankets, but you will need your yoga swirls. Just move this guy out of the way. So a lot of times we can come to our yoga swirls and be pretty tight, be pretty stuck. And that's why I like the option of having the 3 different sizes. I'm going to start with the biggest one. And actually the yoga swirls were designed by Yoga Dimitri, who really wanted to have a prop to get his spine to stretch more. So we start with sitting right in front of our swirl. My thumbs are holding on to the base. I'm going to bend my knees. So I want to make sure this is right in the middle of my spine. And I'll lift my butt up. Chin is to the chest. But you can already see I'm opening up through my chest by just rolling back and forth. Breathing in and out. You'll do this a few times until you feel comfortable with this supported back bend. You can take it back a little further. You can always support your head with one hand, but I want to make sure you have one hand on the swirl if you're new to this. Eventually, you won't need it. You can take your hands off and roll back. Now, I'm working my whole spine here from the lower back, middle back to upper back. It takes a while to kind of build into it. You can take your fingers now and find the swirl. Head is resting down, and I'm coming into a bridge pose here. And then I can drop down. I can lift my head up. I'll do that again. Hips come up. Hands find the swirl. Elbows open up. And then back down. We'll do that one more time. I'll add on. Press into your feet. Lift the hips. and then start rolling back and rolling forward. Now I don't have to leave my head hanging in space. It's resting on the swirl. And then carefully come back down. Always counter your back bends with a forward stretch. So you can bring your hands to your knees and drop your head between your legs and arms. And then reset. Now we kind of open up the chest and roll through our spine. And I'm going to move into a medium or small. It's going to be up to you depending on the pliability of your back. My back is pretty flexible, so I'm going to go medium, but you can always use a small one. It's a great size for supported bridge pose. Okay, so I'm going to lay down. I'm going to lift the hips, and I'll find the top of the swirl and rest my hips on here. Hold on to the swirl. Make sure you're comfortable. You can bring your knees up. You can even lift your legs up to the sky. But I'm holding on. You decide where you want to go with this. You can take one foot down and stretch that leg straight. Oops, I'm out of space here. One leg can be up. You can keep the knee bent. Switch, other foot to the floor, slide that leg out. Other leg can come up. And if it's comfortable for you, make sure I'm on the swirl good. One leg at a time comes down, and you can slide the legs, and now you're in a full supported back bend. Feet are flexed, chest is open, arms are at cactus. Take a big breath in and a long breath out, and hang out here for a few more breaths. When you feel complete, bend one knee then the other, hold on to your ring, bring the knees to the chest, and counter that with knees all the way into the chest. It's a pretty big back bend, so we want to make sure we support that with a counter pose. Come back to where you started from, one foot on the floor, then the other. Lift onto your heels and remove your ring. You can go ahead and windshield wiper the legs just to go in a little bit of a spine manipulation here. And then slowly roll to the side and come up. So again, I just wanted to show you two very simple postures that are typical of the yoga ring. There's so many other things you can do with the ring, but you start with something that's really doable and that's very healthy for your spine. The whole idea of this practice was to get the tight muscles to stretch, to breathe into this, to help balance out your sympathetic system and your parasympathetic system, to let your spine back bend in a way it was designed to do. I mean, we're always forward folded, but when we use our equipment, our vibration platforms, or the swirls and some yoga postures, you can go a little bit deeper into the spinal movements that are heart openers. So I hope this practice was helpful for you. It's always been one of my favorite things to do, heart openers, because I was so constricted in my from my former career as a graphic designer. If you have any questions on this, please don't hesitate to put them in the chat or private message me. And don't forget, guys, it's another week is opening up. I just saw on the Facebook post, I'm not sure if I can grab it, that there's still time to enter the contest. Oops, I just lost it. I had it here. Okay, yep. It's the review contest. There's another race to get 50 spots. They're available. We have less than 7 days to flood the platforms with reviews. And then we'll unveil the winner that gets $1,000 Visa card and a Life Pro t-shirt, which I hope they send us one too. We've got reviews are valid, submitted on or before February 27th. Past reviews do not apply. And share your reviews on any platform where you've purchased products, your favorite marketplace, website, TikTok, Instagram, Google, and more. So check out the VIP page. It has information on there. If you are new to Life Pro products, check out the business page, the website, Amazon. There's so many products, so many ways to move and groove in your body to, as I always love to use my mantra, live fit and age well. Thank you so much for joining me on this redo of a poorly recorded audio or live last Saturday. I hope this was helpful for you. And I'll see you guys. Let's see, today's Tuesday. Tomorrow is my last of the series of heart opening workouts. We're going to be using weights and the platform to pump up your heart. So I'll hope you join me tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day. Bye for now.